We have one individual that we see 3 times a week, and we go in there just as a companion to motivate them, to make sure that they're getting up, being in their community, making sure that they have what they need to be successful for their day. So, I mean, I could tell that there's no favorite story, there's no favorite client. It's just everyone, its journey is so different. We come
Hmm.
into so many different scenarios that we try to meet you where you are.
Hey guys, this is Matt Helton with One Trust Home Loans, and this is the Serving Seniors podcast. And we're lucky today. We've got Miss Danielle Rutherford, and she's with Seniors Helping Seniors of Middle Tennessee, which they focus on non-medical in-home care. Now, this is the podcast where what we do is we shine a spotlight on those people that are serving seniors at a high level, and Danielle's one of those people. So we want to make sure that we have her on here and she can tell her story. Danielle, thank you for being here. How are you doing today?
I'm well, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Good, good. Well, we know you're doing great things in the senior community. I guess maybe give us a little background on maybe you and tell us your story, where you're from, and how you got into this awesome business.
Yeah. Well, I've been a social worker in this community for over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Born and raised near Nashville, and went to school at MTSU. Found my niche. My niche is working with geriatrics
Okay.
and working with people in the community to keep them in their homes. So over the last 20 years of my career, I have built a foundation for meeting individuals in their homes or whatever type of community they're in, like assisted living facilities or independent living facilities, and plugging any gaps of care, plugging in our services with any gaps of care to help them stay in their homes as long as possible.
Okay.
Um, as a social worker, you want to try and save the world. You want to kind of get out there and get into the community. And I found that through working with nonprofits and working with for-profit entities through the years, it's given me a lot of knowledge to really hone in on what people want. And from my experience, it's people want to stay in their homes, people want to stay in their communities. And how can we do that? So we decided to start Seniors Helping Seniors of Middle Tennessee. And my husband and I have been working really close in the community together to provide that care for our individual seniors or disabled adults.
Okay. Nice. Now, were you in social work before you started this?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. It's always been. See, I graduated from NTSU early 2000s and hit the ground running and haven't stopped since.
Okay. That's great. Now, when did you guys open this business?
We are a little over a year old.
Oh, great.
So yeah, we've been strong now for a year and growing every month.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Is it what you expected? You enjoyed it?
Oh yeah, definitely. So I think it's the business side is a lot of learning, but it's been a joy, and it's been great to see something grow, and even more so see it grow in the aspect of us helping others.
Mm-hmm. When you were in social work, did you solely focus on the senior community, or was that where your passion was, is why you leaned this direction?
No, I've always really focused in the geriatric field.
Okay.
So it's from a really early standpoint, I've really figured out that this is the group of individuals I want to work with. I want to work with disabled adults and seniors with Alzheimer's and dementia. How can
Okay.
we really focus on individuals in their homes, in the community, and how can we help them?
Wow. That's so cool. Now, I always like to ask our guests is maybe give us a little bit of your background. I like to call it your superpowers that maybe that you and your husband have that's allowed you guys to do this at a high level.
My husband has many over 20 years of business experience.
Okay.
So he's definitely the super mind behind
Gotcha.
behind the scenes, and really could not have done it without his support and his guidance and help. He's definitely taught me a lot. over the last year, and very grateful to have him as a partner as well as a bit in life as well as in business. So his superpower is the business side, and my niche is getting in the homes and helping individuals. I like being in the trenches. I love going out and talking to people, meeting with them where they are in their life's journey, and just try to be a shining light to help them.
Wow. That's pretty cool that you guys have found something that you can work on together. I know that a lot of people challenge with their marriage, for example, is you got one doing this, one doing the other. It's cool that you guys, I'm assuming that work's almost a hobby since you guys do it together.
It's definitely we're finding roles very well.
Uh-huh.
And it when we work together, and it works well. It's a nice little machine.
Yeah. You guys got a big family or just the two of you?
We have a 16-year-old son and a
Okay.
12-year-old daughter, and of course we've got a cat and a dog. I mean, what family doesn't
Right,
have
right.
some sort of animal to round it out? So yeah.
Yeah. No, good. Now, where do they go to school? They're in high school, middle school?
My son goes to Providence Christian Academy here in
Oh,
town,
oh, nice.
and our daughter goes to Christiana Middle School.
Okay. Oh, nice. You live in the Christiana area.
We do.
Okay, fantastic. Well, maybe also too, Danielle, if you could share maybe some examples, maybe some stories of when you guys have helped, maybe even share a couple of your favorite clients would be awesome to share with people.
Yeah. Well, we have all types of clients. We have clients that just come to us for the one time only service. We have the quick clients, is what I like to call them. They just come
Mm-hmm.
to us for like transportation to a medical appointment or
Okay.
surgery. A lot of individuals are very independent in their homes, but don't have family members that live near.
Okay.
So let's say they need cataract surgery, but you're not allowed to take an Uber back and forth from cataract surgery. So a lot of individuals will use our caregivers to transport them to their medical appointment, stay there while they're getting their procedure, and then transport them home and get them settled for the evening.
Mm.
So we do like the quick clients that just need us for the one-off shifts.
Mm-hmm.
We also have individuals that we provide care multiple times per week, up to 24/7 care.
Okay.
So we can go in just for companionship. We definitely have some individuals that we go in, we just have dinner with them, we talk to them, make sure that their evening is ready and set for them to be successful, and then we step out. It really just depends on the individual's family needs and the individual's needs. So it's really tailored to whatever you want. We have one individual that we see 3 times a week, and we go in there just as a companion to motivate them, to make sure that they're getting up, being in their community, making sure that they have what they need to be successful for their day. So, I mean, I could tell there's no favorite story, there's no favorite client. It's just its journey is so different. We come
Mm-hmm.
into so many different scenarios that we try to meet you where you are.
Gotcha. That's great. Well, I know it's definitely a crowded field out there of in-home care companies. There's quite a few. Maybe give some background on your guys' business and what maybe makes it, besides you and your husband,
Yeah.
what makes it a little bit different than some of those other companies out there.
So seniors helping seniors, definitely we try to stay true to our model. We provide job opportunities for individuals in the community who are seasoned caregivers, and that might be with life experience. It might be with caregiving experience with entities, or other home health entities, or with hospitals. Regardless, we really focus on hiring individuals who are maybe might be retired but still want to give back. And with just a part-time job, a lot of our caregivers have been retired nurses, have been retired caregivers from their own family that don't want to go to work 9 to 5, but they still want to give out and get out there in the community and do something that's meaningful and give back. So a lot of our caregivers are truly seniors helping seniors. And it's a great model when it works, because it doesn't feel like they're going to work. They're just going to
Wow.
hang out with a friend, or they're just going to help, someone in the community that they look forward to going to. And the individual they're helping looks forward to them coming. It's almost
Wow.
like, hey, my buddy's coming today. They got to get up and get ready.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's so cool. That's so cool. Is it what percentage of the time you think are you able to find that right person? I'm sure at some point do you have to have regular caregivers, or how does that work?
yeah, I mean, we're pretty good at matching people with who really needs care. I've not been wrong very often, so but we go to it as a team effort.
Mhm.
We like to have the same caregiver in the home, providing that care to that family for continuity of care. But everyone needs a vacation and a break, so we
Mhm.
make sure we introduce a few caregivers throughout that individual's time with us, just so if we needed a backup or if there's an emergency, we have care for that individual.
Okay, that's great. What is the biggest challenge you guys are facing now, and what are you doing to overcome that in your business?
We have challenges, I think, with every business, but I don't really look at them as challenges. I look at them as let's just take a step forward and let's
Mhm.
pivot if we need to see, do we need more caregivers? Where do we get these caregivers? And we just are being creative. And again, I think if you're true to your business model, if you're true to helping the community, things just kind of happen and fall in place. It's really growth for us has been great. Growth for us has been good, and it's been at a steady pace that we can, provide the care that we want to be able to provide to individuals in our community.
Mhm. You mentioned community a couple times. Maybe share with us what groups you work in the community, some organizations you're involved in. That would be great to hear.
Yeah, we try to reach out to anyone that would maybe, provide the care to individuals that we service. A lot of these individuals are at community centers for senior centers. There's a couple, there's the St. Clair Center here in town in Murfreesboro, and then there's this senior activity center in Smyrna. That's where a lot of individuals who go and hang out that are retired, they keep their lives busy. They do yoga classes, they do Tai Chi classes, they do
Mm.
special groups. They're just active seniors in our community. They love bingo. I mean, you name it, there's certain things that they're doing, and that's where we want to focus on. How can we get our name out there? So if someone in that area needs help at one time, you want to know where to go. You don't want to be in the middle of an emergency and not know what to do.
Mhm.
So our agencies reached out to those entities just to say, hey, this is who we are, this is what we do, and if you ever need us, call us whenever you can. I'll be out there. It's me that goes out to all the homes and does all the visits to meet
Okay.
our care receivers initially, and it's me that does all the interviewing for our caregivers. So um, whether you need a job or whether you need help, it's all just right here. We can encompass everything.
Man, that's great. So it sounds like you and your husband have definitely delegated the roles, huh? Differentiation, huh? You're more the client facing, caregiver facing, and he's keeping track of the business, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely so. But he
Yeah.
he does get out every now and then. He definitely gets out and does some home visits and kind of dipping into to both sides of the business as well as myself. So we're trying to diversify.
Gotcha. Well, I know a lot of people that are either helping seniors or seniors themselves. They always like resources, what's going on in the community as far or things that they could use. Do you have any resources that you could recommend that you share with your seniors or share with your caregivers you might want to talk about?
Right. Well, being a social worker, that's what social workers are. We're full of resources. We're full of, if I can't help you, I'm going to find someone who can. And so in the community, whenever we meet with families, we talk about, living wills, we talk about advanced directives, we talk about, what do you have in place in case, you can't stay in your home moving forward. Those are all conversations that we have. I'm no financial planner or life planner by any means, but we will, if someone is really in need of something else that we cannot provide, we will make sure to find that resource for them in the community.
Okay, that's great. Sounds like you're a good networker. You like to get out there and find the tools for your clients.
Definitely. So I think that's just part of being just a good human as well. I mean, it's just helping your neighbor. If I can't help you, and I'm seeing a struggle. Well, I see someone struggle whenever you can point them in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's perfect. Well, maybe share like walk someone through the process. Let's say they needed your services. What would the process be like, maybe from start till finish until their caregiver gets there?
Yeah, so basically just start with a phone call, or you can visit our website at www.shsmiddletn.com.
Okay.
And there's a button. You can either click the button for I need help, or you can click a button that says I want to help. So either way, if you want to be a caregiver or if you need services, you can reach out to us through our website. Um, but you would just contact our office or go to the website. You would then be contacted with me. I would just start with a phone call. How are you? What's going on? Let's talk about it. From there, I would schedule a home visit. I will come to your home, no charge. For me to come to your house to do a consultation, there's no charge. It's just me having a conversation of what are the issues in your home? Why are you struggling? Are you struggling because of transportation? Are you struggling because you can't fix your own meals? Are you struggling because you can't keep your house tidy, change your sheets, bed linens, laundry? What are these struggles? And from there, we would come up with a plan of what days of service you might need help, what time of the day you might need help, and then place a caregiver in that home. Once we've done all of that paperwork, we would just pick a start date, just pick a day and when are we going to say go? And that day, I would come and meet that individual caregiver in your home, and I would do an introduction, and then we would start the care.
Okay. That's great. And then maybe fill me in on the process of getting an employee. Say it's a senior that wants to help other seniors that could use some extra money or extra time. How would that work?
So you would reach out to us, start with a phone call. I do a lot of my interviews at coffee shops, just very informal. I want to get to know my caregivers because the caregivers that are going into your home would be caregivers that I would put in my own home. So I want to make sure that when I meet with an individual that's going to be employed by us, that we get to know one another. We talk about true service and what that service looks like. So all of our individual caregivers are truly in it for giving back to the community and being a caregiver. They love what they do. We do have some nursing students that are going through school and want to serve as well. So we definitely have the model is seniors helping seniors, but we do have some younger individuals that have proven that they, definitely have the heart to serve, and they're rock stars just as well. So, whenever it comes to a caregiver, it's truly, do you have a heart to serve, and what are you in this business for? So just starts the conversation.
That's great. I guess the college students, they could be seniors in college, right? So you would stay
They could be,
stay in
yeah.
line with the name.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
That's a great business model. Do you hear, I guess maybe, do you hear more excitement or about the same as far as from the people that you serve, or you almost get more feedback from the seniors helping seniors where they're excited to get out and help?
It's pretty equal. It's when you say it's a great thing, a great model, when it works, um, when someone needs help, okay, regardless of what that help looks like. It might be someone that just needs help mowing their lawn for a week because, they had surgery and they just can't do it. Anytime someone is receiving the help that's going to help them be successful, they're just the gratitude that shines off of it. And then the satisfaction from the caregivers is job well done. I mean, it's, everyone just walks a little higher, and I always tell people, I wouldn't put a caregiver in a home where they wouldn't be successful and the care receiver wouldn't be successful by receiving the care. So, at the end of the day, we want both of them to walk a little taller and say, you know what, I was able to stay in my home with these awesome services. I was provided the care with an awesome caregiver who truly wanted to be here and to do their job. And it just really works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can see and tell why you guys do so well is because you really focus on the outcome, not your bottom line or pocketbook. You focus on helping people, and everything else takes care of itself from there. So
Yeah.
That's
Very
fantastic.
well said.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Now tell me, maybe fill people in on, because it is non-medical, and I'm assuming mostly private pay, or how would someone, pay for your services? How does that work?
We are private pay. We also work with long-term care insurance policies. So if someone has put into that service, we would help you walk through on how you would be reimbursed through that. We are a provider for the state options program through the Area Agency on Aging and Disability.
Okay.
And there are other resources that you can get through grants through the Area Agency on Aging and Disability to pay for this service as well.
Okay. Got it. What percentage of people that call in actually have a long-term care policy, you find?
There's, I don't know about the percentages, but I mean, it's very common.
Gotcha. That's fantastic. Good. And then that's also where we can chip in as well, because we focus on senior lending, and that's our specialty. And I don't know about you, but I'm sure you hate it when you have someone that really has the need for what you guys do, and you ask them about long-term care, you talk about grants, you go through the whole 9 yards, and maybe they actually have the money, but they don't feel comfortable paying for it out of their bank account. There's just that mindset of, hey, I can get by, or I can do it. But a lot of times it's funny that a lot of people will become comfortable to use their house equity to stay in their home. It's kind of like it allows them, their house allows them to stay in their house. So that's a great option that we found, is we're able to educate them on how much equity they have, how it works. And the thing that people used to be concerned about would be all the issues with any type of senior citizen loan. Those have all been rectified now. And we basically have the ability to give them a loan to help pay for your services that they don't have to make a monthly payment on if they don't want to. And they can stay in the house, and they own the house as long as they want to. And then it transfers on to their kids, and their kids get all the equity as well. But most importantly, it's a fantastic resource. They can get money tax-free to be able to pay for great services like you guys offer.
Right. Well, I always say, again, if someone is afraid or they can't find the resources, we like to point them in the direction. And this is a great example of working with networking in the community to help our individuals stay in the community of which they love.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, I guess maybe Phil, Danny, anything I didn't ask you that I should have asked you?
I don't think so, but I mean, there's always a website or a phone call that could be made if anyone has any questions.
Okay, well, please, maybe if you could fill everybody in case they missed it earlier, how would they get in touch with you if they could use care, or if their family member could use care, or also if they would like to be a senior that serves another senior?
Right. I always say if you want to give back, have the heart for service, or if you need help, visit us at our website at shsmiddletn.com, or you can give us a call at the office at 615-988-0803.
Okay, awesome. Well, Danielle, thank you for sharing your heart for service and sharing your business and how you guys work with us. That was great.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
Thank you. And thank you guys for joining the Serving Seniors podcast. This is Matt Helton, where we focus on senior lending. Our goal is to teach seniors that they do have options with financing their retirement that they want. We want to show them how they not can just survive their retirement, but how they can thrive in retirement by using some home equity retirement mortgage solutions. So if you'd like to get in touch with us, it's Matt Helton at 615-400-6764. Thanks again. Have a great day. We appreciate your time. Hey, this is Matt Helton with OneTrust Home Loans, home of retirement mortgage solutions. And we really do appreciate you checking out the Serving Seniors podcast today. Now, please go to the description down in the body of the podcast where you can subscribe to get future shows. Please click that notification button so you get notified when other shows drop. And also, if you can go to servingseniorspodcast.com, and we'd love to hear a comment about our show. We have a heart to serve seniors, and we have a heart to make sure seniors don't just survive retirement, don't just get by in retirement. We want to show seniors how to thrive in retirement. So if you know of anyone that's 55 and older that could use some extra cash flow, maybe the retirement's not going the way that they like, our retirement mortgage solutions are designed for folks, depending on the state, they're either 55 or 62 and older to make sure that they have that kind of retirement that they want. As long as they own a home and they're in a good equity position, there could be some solutions that they may not have thought about, or maybe they've thought of and they just didn't know how they work. That's what we do. So anyone in that age group that could use some mortgage advice, my team and I would love to be able to help them. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you on the next show. Have a great day.